Good Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. It is wet and it is cold across southeast Texas. We're going to take a look at radar and what's going on out there for this afternoon. Plus, we'll take a look through the next 7 days. We have another round of rain coming, looks like Thursday going into Friday. The weekend looks dry, though, and warmer. But looks like an interesting week weather-wise, as we'll see some rain today, a little bit of a warm-up, some drier weather, and then another chance of some rain and a little bit of a cool-down before we get to the weekend. So we'll go through all that, plus we'll take a quick look at what's going on around the rest of the country as well here in our weather stream for the next 15 minutes or so. So let's get started. Let's take a look at the rest of the day forecast, and we'll see rain coverage is up there, 80, 90, close to 100% as we go through the afternoon. Temperatures holding into the middle to upper 40s through the afternoon. And still, I think, a pretty good coverage by 6 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, rain chances start to die down. About a 30% coverage, maybe of a few showers left over. And then through the overnight, looks like dry weather as we get cold. We're expecting lows tonight in the 30s, but very chilly this afternoon as we see those rain showers move across the area. Not expected any severe weather or anything like that for today. It's just going to be a steady rain. Allergy report for today, nothing to talk about as far as any tree pollen. Grass is low, and weed and mold is medium. So these numbers are all down a little bit, but thanks to the rain, but not looking too bad there on the allergy report. Let's take a look around parts of southeast Texas with our Roofing 911 live sky cams. And we'll start off at Packer La Prairie in downtown Beaumont as we look at the port of Beaumont, and definitely wet out there. Currently showing 44 degrees downtown, humidity at 93%. We have northeasterly winds. They're going to be between about, say, 5 and 10 through the afternoon. And our rain right now downtown, we picked up about a quarter of an inch, 0.26 to be exact. We'll switch over to right here at our 12 News studio. We have a camera outside on our tower looking down at I-10. And it is wet. If you're heading out for lunch, make sure you have the coat, make sure you have the umbrella, and make sure you pack a little patience as you try to get around town with some of this rain. Visibilities could be a little bit low. Traffic could be slow as well. So just be careful out there. Roads could be a little wet. Well, the roads are a lot wet, but they could be a little slippery getting around. So be careful of that. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam Network. But you can just see cloudy skies and rain throughout the area right now. It'll continue to fall as we go through the rest of this afternoon, and those temperatures are going to be stuck there into the 40s. As we look up in Jasper, once again, same type of conditions. Rain has been falling up in Jasper. This camera brought you Buffalos. You can see gray skies and a little bit of a breeze out of the north and east between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. Don't have a rain gauge on our Skycam network up in Jasper, but probably at least a quarter of an inch, if not maybe a little bit more, maybe in some of the lakes area for this morning, as they've been seeing some, let's say, moderate to heavy rainfall at times. That rain will continue through the afternoon and should start to taper off by this evening. Up in the lakes area, you'll see the rain move out a little bit quicker than we will here in the Triangle for this evening. And then you head down towards Port Arthur. This camera brought you my market basket. Rain is falling a pretty good clip down in the Port Arthur area. As you can see, raindrops there on the camera. Cloudy skies. You can definitely see off in the distance as we look down the intercoastal there. Some pretty heavy rain coming down. You can definitely see the raindrops there on the camera. So pretty nasty little weather there down towards Port Arthur. Once again, no severe weather. We're just talking about a very chilly, cold rain that's going to be falling through the rest of the afternoon. Definitely a winterish type day across the area, even though we officially haven't started winter. That's not coming until towards the end of the month. But right now, just looking nasty out there. And here's the Horseman's Western Store. Once again, the rain is falling. Not quite 0.2 of an inch of rain as of yet, just 0.18. And we're seeing the rain coming down in the orange area. Look at the spray being kicked up on the interstate there. So once again, a little tricky travel, even though it might not be raining hard. Some of that spray from those 18-wheelers can make your visibility pretty low. So just give yourself some time to get where you're going. Don't be in a hurry to get out there for today, as traffic doesn't really lend itself to driving around trying to get somewhere fairly quickly. You'll need to slow down and take your time today. Of course, this is the Horseman's Western Store, currently showing 46 degrees, humidity at about 97% there. And then we're back around to Packer La Prairie in the port of Beaumont. You can see already picked up another 0.2 of an inch of rain there, almost 0.3 of an inch of rain downtown. Temperatures are chilly, 43 right now in Beaumont, 45 in Orange, and 46 in Port Arthur. A couple of 43s through Woodville and also Jasper, Silsbee, and Kirbyville. right now at 45. 40s all the way across the area from Lake Charles over to Houston. We're just stuck in the 40s with those cloudy skies. Here's the big picture of what's going on. We have a front that moved through over the weekend, brought us chilly weather yesterday, and now it's parked itself out into the Gulf. We have warm, moist air coming off the Gulf, coming into southeast Texas. It's called an overrunning pattern. And as that warm, moist air moves into the cooler air, that squeezes out the rain. And that's why we're seeing the rain here real close to the coast and moving up into parts of central Louisiana. Once you get up into parts of Arkansas, a lot of this stuff coming down as mixed precipitation and snow up towards Arkansas. So even though right now on this particular radar it shows it as look like rain, but you can see these little purple boxes that kind of pop up here. Those are winter weather advisories. So looking at very tricky travel. If you're trying to get up into Arkansas today, I would wait until tomorrow if you can, because it could be pretty slick on some of those roadways up in Arkansas. You can see things clearing out a little bit out in West Texas. This is all going to start to push out of here as we head towards later on tonight. And by tomorrow morning, the rain will be gone. Next couple of days, looks like the rain's going to be gone. We'll show you that on the 7-day forecast. Speaking of winter weather, you can see all these purple boxes popping up through Kansas, Missouri, up into Iowa, Nebraska, back down into Arkansas. These are all winter weather advisories. So we're looking at precipitation coming down as snow. I think Kansas City's picked up about 3-4 inches of snow for early this morning. So Missouri down to Arkansas, up back into Kansas, Iowa, they're all seeing some snow. And besides that, really not much going on. You can see West Coast, Intermountain West, pretty quiet out there. And then you're looking at the East Coast, pretty quiet right now, not a whole lot going on. But this storm system will be pushing towards the East Coast as we head towards late tonight and going into tomorrow. So the snow will be moving through parts of the Great Lakes and Midwest, and we'll be seeing rain through across the southeastern U.S. as we head towards tomorrow. So tricky travel for sure. If you have any flights from, like I say, Mississippi River towards the east, you might run into a few delays as we get into tomorrow as this storm system pushes that direction. All right, here's current radar, and it's just raining pretty much everywhere. There might be a few breaks up towards the lakes, northern extreme Newton, Jasper, and Tyler counties, but most of the area is seeing some pretty good rains out there. Where you're seeing the greens, it's a little bit lighter rain, but there's a lot of yellows and oranges in here. Hardin County, up into Jasper County, and through parts of Orange and Jefferson County. That's heavier rain coming down, and you can see there's more coming in our direction. We'll zoom in a little bit, and you can see Comonell down to Spurger, Jasper, Burkeville, all seeing some rain right now. Heavy stuff more down towards Kirbyville, down towards Buna. Seeing some heavy rains down into the Lumberton area. Silsbee seeing some pretty heavy rain right now. We'll go a little bit farther south down around the triangle here. You can see Beaumont, Orange, Port Arthur all getting some rain. Maybe a little bit heavier rain in Beaumont and Orange than we're seeing around the Port Arthur area. But there's still some spotty specks of yellow there where they're getting some pretty heavy rainfall. And then more coming our direction. All this yellow over here into Chambers County. That's going to be working its way in towards Jefferson County here through the afternoon. So more wet weather there. And you can see the wet weather out towards Liberty County. That's going to be spreading in as well. So could be some pretty heavy rainfall. Expecting maybe a couple of inches of rain in some spots for today. You can see everything is kind of working its way southwest to northeast across the area. So that's why we're looking off towards the south and west to see where how much heavier the rain's going to be as we go into the afternoon. You can see it's starting to get a little bit heavier there, and it's going to be moving up into our southeast Texas here for this afternoon. So like I said, if you don't have to be out and about this afternoon, maybe it's just a good idea to stay in and hug a fire or read a book or watch some fine television if you want to. But our futurecast showing the rain sticking around through the evening, 3:30, as we head towards 5, 6 o'clock. Still got some rain in futurecast, and then it starts to clear out of here as we head towards about 10 o'clock. And then overnight, the rain really clears out of here. Matter of fact, we'll go with mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies overnight, and that should allow temperatures to drop off into the 30s. But the rain will be long gone before we hit the 30s, so we won't have to worry about any type of frozen precipitation or anything like that. Matter of fact, temperatures should stay above freezing tonight, so don't expect to see any frozen roadways or anything like that for tonight. It will be cold in the morning, but I don't think cold enough to really bring any travel problems out there. As we head into tomorrow, still looking at some upper 40s by noon, and then we'll get into the 50s during the afternoon with mostly sunny skies for Tuesday. So Tuesday not looking too bad, even warmer on Wednesday as we get up into the lower 60s. Along the coast, we're looking at a small craft advisory. North winds at about 15 to 25 knots, seas from 2 to 4 feet. rough on the inland lakes and bays. You can see right now off Texas Point, northeasterly winds at 15, gusting to 17. We've seen gusts higher than that, and water temperature about 64. High tide at 1:20 this afternoon, and then we'll see another one at 11:11 for tonight. Our sunset tonight's about 5:16. So let's write on your forecast for today. We're going with cloudy skies, of course, 90%, 100% coverage of some rain, and we'll see temperatures stuck there into the 40s. I don't know, we might not get to 48 or 49. Right now, with the temperatures holding into the middle 40s, we might get closer to about 47 to 48 for afternoon highs, even down towards the coast. And we're seeing northeasterly winds through the afternoon at 5 to 10 with some gusts a little bit higher than that, but just a wet and chilly afternoon. And then for tonight, like I said, the rain should be moving out, especially as we get toward past midnight. Things should be really clearing out, and we'll see mostly cloudy, partly cloudy skies in the morning with a north wind. And temperatures middle 30s up towards the lakes, and we'll see some upper 30s here around the triangle. So like I said, I don't expect to see too many problems as far as any freezing precipitation or as far as any freezing water on the roadways. I think we'll be just a little bit too warm for that. So we'll keep track of it in the morning, but it just looks like it's going to be cold tomorrow morning. All right, our 7-day forecast showing temperatures warming up into the middle 50s on Tuesday after that cold start, and then even warmer on Wednesday at 63 after another cold start, down to 37. So the next couple of mornings are going to be cold, but they'll be dry. As we head towards Thursday into Friday, we'll see another chance for some rain coming in. I think a pretty decent coverage on Thursday, 60%. That might go even higher by the time we get to Thursday, but we'll go 60% on Thursday. And then that 40% on Friday, that's going to be the first half of the day. Looks like a kind of a little bit of a wet morning, and then things should be clearing out. So if you have a Friday night football game, playoff game there, I think we'll be fine. Just be ready for some chilly temperatures. We're going to only get to 59 on Friday. Probably game time, we'll be looking at temperatures back down into the lower 50s. Maybe even some upper 40s by the end of the game. So it's going to be very chilly on Friday night. After Friday, we see a dry forecast for your weekend. Still some chilly mornings, both Saturday and Sunday. We'll see temperatures into the middle 40s, and then the afternoons look pretty good. 65 on Saturday and then 69 on Sunday. Normal high right now this time of year, 69, right around that number for an average high, and then 49 is our average low for this time of year. So if you look at the forecast, we're going to be below at least the afternoon high. We're going to be below that 69 all the way until about Sunday. And then morning lows, we're going to see a couple of mornings below the average low, and then a couple of mornings kind of above that. So kind of up and down throughout the week, going towards the weekend. Like I said, that weekend not looking too bad for this Saturday and Sunday. So outdoor plans does not look bad as we go towards the weekend, but until then, at least Thursday into Friday, looks like another wet period across southeast Texas. Let's take a look once again at the radar, and you can see it is just almost wet across the entire area, except for maybe a few spots. But I think even northern parts of Jasper, Newton, and Tyler County is probably still getting some sprinkles or some mist up, even though where the radar's not showing any rain. And you can see the rain extending all the way over into Louisiana. So the entire region, like I said, getting rain right now, some light to moderate rainfall, and it'll continue through the afternoon. I'm going to put a number at the bottom of your screen. If you have any weather questions, you can always text us at 409-749-9302. And now that goes, of course, to a telephone. We don't answer the phone for questions, but we'll definitely take your text questions and we'll answer those. I'll check those throughout the morning, and then Patrick checks those as we head towards the evening hours. So we'll hopefully get back to you within 24 hours on your weather question if you send it in towards us. I remember last week I had a couple of questions we answered, but 409-749-9302. Speaking of Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, he'll be doing another weather stream tonight at 6:30.